Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, as the owner, I would like to make a review of these two ATVs. They're both models 2023. This is the CF MOTO 520L and this is Segway Snarler 500L. Both are the long versions. This actually is the model for 2024, but because it's been fabricated in 2023, I'm going to call it 2023. This is 2023 also. And you know, as the owner, I'm gonna have an honest opinion on these vehicles. I've been owning this for a couple of weeks and I tested them on the mountains, in the forest, on the field, on the snow. Not so much in the mud because I didn't want to get so dirty. And as you can see, I haven't washed them, they're dirty now. But I'm gonna tell you exactly what I like and I don't like about each. If I was complaining about the gearbox on the Can Breaker, because it has that clutch noise every time you change from reverse to forward, then I'm gonna tell you the gearbox on this one sucks. The gearbox on this one is absolutely garbage. So let's have a look at the design, how they look, how do I sit on this, because as you know, I'm a tall guy, over 6 feet tall, and how do I feel about this, right? Let's look at the specifications first. 2023 CF MOTO X5 520L. They're both tractors. That means they're limited. I'm not sure about this one, but I'm going to test it today. This is limited. The max that I could reach was 64 kilometers an hour. The other difference between the tractor ones and the more advanced one, the limited ones that have EPS or Euro 5 engines, is that the back wheels are locked, so they don't spin individually. That's the only difference. Other than that, the motor, the transmission is all the same. And then there's something with the Noxes. There's something else with the Noxes. So this one is supposed to be more powerful than the Euro 5 ones. Now, this one has 495 cc's. This is 499 cc's. This has a 17-liter tank. This one has a 19-liter tank. This one has 38 horsepower, this one has 39 horsepower. Overall length on this one is 2.3 meters, on this one is 2.3 meters. Now this is the interesting part. The width on this one is 110 and this one is 118, which is mean this one is 8 centimeters wider. I'm gonna see exactly where it's wider. It's on the mirrors, on the bumpers, on the tires. If this one is 8 centimeters wider, so that's going to make it more stable, which is good. This one weighs 361 kilograms. This one weighs 370 kilograms. So that means this is 9 kilograms heavier. The height for this one, the height of the seat is 146. The height on this one is 145. That means your center of gravity is going to be lower. You're going to be more stable if you're lower. The ground clearance is 24 centimeters. The ground clearance from this one 25.5. That means you're gonna be able to climb rocks and other things, which is best. You have 1.5 centimeters more clearance underneath this one. The towing capacity is around 612 kilograms, and this could be similar. I don't know the exact numbers. We're talking about the tires and wheels. The wheels are both 12 inches. The difference is that this one has alloy wheels, this one has steel wheels. On the tires, both tires are 25 by 8 on the front and 25 by 10s on the back. Now you're gonna notice right away from the start that the tires on this one in the front are bigger, even though the wheels are the same size. Now I'm going to take a measure actually. The front, you can see the tires are actually taller on this one than they are on this one. The tires for this one are actually for a tractor, but the tires on this one are actually for the Euro 5 models. I personally prefer these ones better, especially for drifting. If you want to do a lot of drifting, these are better tires. This one, because they don't really allow for the water to escape that fast, they're going to be more grippier. So this is going to be better on off-roading, but on the road, on the smooth surfaces like ice, snow, these are going to drift better. If you like drifting, you get these tires. If you like something that's going to give you more traction, you get these tires. Let's look at the back now. If you look at the back, these are the tires on the Segway. A lot smaller, but if you look at the tires on the CF Moto, a lot taller and a lot wider. I'm going to actually measure them so that you can see exactly the difference. If I'm going to put this side by side, you're going to see there is at least half-inch difference width and height on these tires. Other than that, the vehicles are almost similar. Look at the exhaust pipe nozzle, if you want to call it that way, on the Snarler, and look at the CF Moto. It's so ugly. At least it's black, you're not gonna see. The sound is almost identical. They both come with trailer hitch. The difference is this one has a bolt, and because it wasn't tight enough, I had to get some metal washers in there. Now it's super tight. I prefer to have these on so that it makes it easier for me when I tie these on the trailer, and also if I have to pull each other if you get stuck in the snow or mud. The difference on the Segway, it's only has this detachable system, so in this case it could be stealable by anyone. For that reason I have to get a bolt. It's supposed to be a bolt in here on top too, just to make it tight, but I'm going to change this with a bolt system. That way it will make it more difficult to be stolen. They both have plugs for the trailer with several pins. Yeah, so other than that, if you notice, if you look at these two ATVs in comparison, this one has alloy wheels, which are very nice, and also has these plastic covers, and also has LEDs throughout. The CF Moto came with halogen lights, which I changed, of course. Now I have LEDs. They also came with steel wheels, which I don't like. It also came without these plastic covers for the front and the back trunk. Now, pricing wise, this one cost 6,000 euro. 6,000 euro. All these options: LEDs, alloy wheels, plastic covers. When I purchased this one, because this is the base tractor, I looked at the photos on the website and they had them all. They had the wheels, they had the covers, they had the LED lights, but when I bought it, when it came like this, I was really upset with this fact. So if you're getting the base tractor for the 2023 and 2024, you're going to get these wheels. You're going to need the covers. If I were to buy the wheels and this plastic covers and get the LED lights, that will cost me another 1,000 euro. So the price for this one is 6,000 euro, and the price for this one, as is right now, it's 7,000 euro. If I were to get these options, the wheels, the plastic covers, and the LEDs, this would be cost me another 1,000 euros. So this is basically, if I were to have this the same, this would be 8,000 euro, and this would be 6,000 euro. Now, if you ask me which one I would prefer in terms of who makes them, this is designed and fabricated in China. This is designed in US, in Seattle, fabricated in China. But because I lived in Canada for 20 years in Vancouver, Seattle was my neighboring city. For that reason, I would rather purchase this one, because it's been designed in US and this is a US company. if I were to look for the design, I personally don't like any ADVs the way that they look. Probably the quad Yamaha Raptor is the best looking quad, but ATVs, I don't like the design. If I were to choose one, I'll probably get the Polaris 1000 or something, but for the base model they're all ugly if you ask me. If I were to choose any models, Can-Am, Polaris, CF Moto or Segway, based on the design, I will definitely choose this one. In my opinion, this is the most aggressive one. It looks absolutely beautiful in the combination that they have with these colors. It makes it more amazing. Probably the kids want to paint this wheels the same color with that bull bar. Design wise, this one looks better on the road. This one looks skinnier. For some reasons, it's just a design. It's still a good looking. I don't like the previous model, they were absolutely ugly. This one looks better. It would have looked better with the plastic covers in the wheels. As a design, I believe this one is a complete package, has everything you want. The first difference you're going to notice on these two is the suspension. Now I'm going to put the same amount of pressure on both of them. This is the Segway, right? This is the CF Moto. Segway suspension, CF Moto suspension. Really stiff, this one. Okay, look at the suspension on this one, look at the suspension on this one. That means this has a softer suspension. Now there's plus and minuses on both situations. Let's say with a softer suspension, because you're going off-roading anyway, it's gonna feel better, right? If you, for example, are gonna hit a bump, the suspension is gonna absorb that bump. You're gonna be a lot safer. On the flip side, it's gonna be more difficult while drifting because you have more body rolling on this one. On this one, because it's a stiffer suspension, you can drift easily. On the other side, it's going to be less comfortable on the bumpy roads. And then sportier, it's going to feel a lot sportier, but it's going to be less safer. If you hit a bump, probably going to jump off it. Now, the sitting position is similar on both. The foot brake is pretty low. It's okay for me, as you know, I'm a tall guy. And the reason why I choose this type of seat, because I like to sit more in the back, so I can have a better position. Instead of the model 600, 900, I have a step here and you're limited to this. I can ride like this by myself, which is a lot nicer. It's way nicer. So the problem with that is that there is a beep sound on both of them, but that one is actually worse than this one. The moment you don't sit right here on the middle of the seat, you're gonna hear that alarm sound that is super annoying. On this one, because sometimes you like to ride it on your feet, but on that one it's actually worse. It's so loud and annoying, and even sometimes if you didn't properly sit, it's gonna beep. When you're riding, it's gonna beep. It's not. So I have to take that option off for sure. I'm probably gonna show you in the next video how to disconnect that alarm sound because it's super annoying. The controls are similar, right? You have the lights here, signals, honk, warning lights, the starter. This is the instrument cluster. Yeah, this is the beep sound that I don't like. If you don't pull the parking brake, this is going to beep on you like crazy. You have to do this. Pull and push this in to lock it, or yeah, like this. I personally prefer the other one. The instrument cluster from the CF Moto is nicer, but this one is nice. It has everything. Excuse me, I only have 3.2 hours and 38 kilometers with it. They're similar two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, and front-wheel drive lock. It actually is going to show you next there that the front wheels are locked together. Press it like this. Come back to rear-wheel drive. This is basically rear-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, and if you want to lock the front. The one thing that I don't like about Segway is that the handbrake is right here, while the acceleration is here. So it's hard for me to accelerate and brake with the same hand. It would make more sense to have acceleration here, handbrake here, while the foot brake is right here. The transmission on this one, as I said, kind of sucks, but apparently it's pretty common with these ATVs today. It's really hard, but at least it's constant. It feels the same throughout. You have to push the brake, foot brake. But this one, since I used it, it hasn't changed. It's the same. Hard like this. It works, right? Now, let's have a look at the CF MOTO. CF MOTO has an extra option, which is absolutely useless. Here's this one where you can lock your transmission. Unlock, so now it's locked. But look what happens. It's locked. You can see the pin coming out. And you can change the speed, no problem. Unlock it, change the speed, no problem. Again, lock it, change the speed, no problem. So this is useless. Plus this, oh, absolutely garbage rubber piece never stays here. It's so difficult to get in there. Every time you take it off, it comes off and refuses to go back in. So let's unlock it for now. Not that would make a difference. What I don't like about this one, I said it's garbage, is because you see how nice it changes the speed now. The moment you start the engine, this is a brute. It's so difficult. And I got stuck 2 times on reverse. I was actually in the forest, in a narrow spot. It was so difficult to change. The first thing when I purchased this, when I changed to low, it makes a cranky noise like that. And that's not good. I got that noise twice through the life of this ATV, which is roughly 136 kilometers. Now this is the instrument cluster on this one, which is a lot nicer. The same, you have 2 wheels. The difference on this one, it's a lot visible when you have rear wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. You can actually see the tires changing the color, filling those gaps, and it's a lot more visible than the other one. For this one, the handbrake makes sense more because it's on the left side, while the accelerator is on the right. And the parking brake, this is going to be so loud. This is the parking brake. It's really strong. You have to release it like this. So the acceleration is here, the brake is here, handbrake, which makes sense. Oh, hear this sound? The moment I moved on my seat and when I ride this vehicle, if you want to stand up, I hear this super loud beep sound, which is super annoying. Other than that, unless you pull this parking brake, you're gonna hear that sound. Other than that, is the same. Lights, starter right here, signals, honk, they're all the same. In and out for the winch. I added the, I added this LED bar. I don't understand this. They say the moment you're gonna start doing modifications, you're gonna lose the warranty for the vehicle, and especially if you're touching the electrical, you're gonna have the warranty for the electrical. But pretty much that everybody does, and I'm not worried about that. So yeah, the position on this one is absolutely similar. Here the seat is comfortable. I mean, I'm a tall guy. If I have to stay in the front, I'm not comfortable. The same. But if I put myself in the back, it's really nice and I like it. This one feels more refined. This one feels more brutal. If I were to compare it with vehicles, this would be your domestic car and this should be your import. You know, it's funny how the Canadian call American cars domestic. Probably they come from the same continent. But this would be your Dodge, for example, American car. You know, a lot of plastics. It feels more, you feel more raw, more power in it. Well, this one, it feels like a Kia, more refined. Not super fancy, but it's more refined, you know, smoother. Acceleration is totally different. This one, it's so brutal when you start. It makes it difficult to park sometimes because you're just starting. Well, this one starts super nice. And of course the suspension, it's a lot softer. So if I were to go to extreme, let's say, none of these compare with super fancy vehicles, but if I were to go to extreme to compare this with some vehicles, I'll compare this with the Dodge Charger SRT. You know, you get that raw power, you know, you hear all these noises from the engine. Of course, going to be a lot of plastics, a lot of, you know, transmission is hard. This, you know, the suspension is stiff and stuff like that. I hope I'm not gonna upset anyone. It's just my personal opinion. And I'll compare this with more like a Porsche because it's more refined. It's a lot softer. It's probably the same faster as that one, but because it has a lot of insulation, it has a softer suspension, it doesn't feel as sporty as this one. So right from the start, the moment I'm going to start this one, this is going to feel like a brutal machine. While this one feels so refined because the acceleration is not brutal as that one. The sound wise, they're absolutely the same, even though that those end tips on the exhaust looks is different. This one looks bigger, that one looks smaller, but I don't like to have them too loud because I'm going to go to villages next to the house. I don't want people to complain, all these guys with ATVs are making noise again and stuff like that. They're both capable. Like I went with this one on the forest with two people. It's very powerful. I'm not joking. They're very powerful. They're both capable of doing anything. Like 500, especially you want a rental business, these are perfect. You're not gonna need more than this anyway. You don't want people to, you know, to use super powerful. They're gonna hurt themselves, you know. They're gonna tip them over and they're gonna do damages to them. Even 500 is very powerful. I gotta tell you, this is very powerful. I went in the mountains and the forest, and it's really capable of anything. One of the things that I like to complain about this one, we noticed right away, or you use it in the rear-wheel drive, it makes some clunky noises on the back, which don't sound healthy at all. So I wasn't me doing it, but I heard some cranky noises when I think there's so much force involved, and I didn't like that. I didn't hear anything on this one. Even this one was forced into drifting too. But seems to be a lot of mechanical issues with this specific one. I'm not saying all of them the same, but in my experience, the transmission with a cranky noise on the back, and plus one of the wheels is squeaking now. It's possible that on the brake pad I got some stones or something. Difficult it is in parking. Yeah. These are daytime running lights from the factory, and off. I changed the LEDs myself. Some turbo LEDs. Just gonna keep it on daytime running lights for now. It sounds okay. I don't like it too loud. This one has an extra storage compartment here. The other one has a small compartment right here. Okay, you're gonna notice when you start, it's very brutal. Oh, there is no nice start. So now, I mean, rear-wheel drive. It's so much easier to drift than this one. You can see, because of the suspension is so stiff, I'm bouncing a lot. It's capable, it's very capable. This was the rear-wheel drive. This is four-wheel drive. No problem. Oh, yeah, I'm almost jumping. No problem. You can see it's very capable. Rear-wheel drive. Make it 4. Gotta stop. There's the brake. We're good to go. It feels very capable, but in time, because it's so stiff and so powerful, you can feel the vibration on the seat
it gets tiring. Otherwise it gives you that adrenaline rush that you need when you do an extreme sport, for sure. So it's a lot of fun, for sure. Okay, I can see deers. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. I don't want to scare them. See deers, like 5 of them over there. Oh, this is so nice. 4 deers. Don't go away, please, please. 5. Oh, it's so beautiful. Look at them. 6. Oh my god. I've never seen that many deers. This is the beauty of riding ATVs. You get to see the beautiful nature. Yeah, this is deer marks everywhere. So nice. Can I come this way? I was hoping to find a road. Probably I can come this way. Yeah. It's really narrow. As I said, this is a very capable ATV. The chances of getting stuck somewhere are pretty small, of course, depends on the difficulty level. I can still see the deers right there, far in the distance. They're in the middle of the field. They see me, they look at me. They're kind of scared, so I don't want to scare them. Well, let's check the top speed on rough terrain. 60, it's a lot if you ask me. You don't have to remove the limiter on this one, because over 60 is pretty dangerous. Anyway. Once you reach 63, 64, you're gonna feel how the acceleration drops. So there is a limiter. Look, 54 is super fast. 60. Yeah, there is a limiter right there. Won't let you go above that. And you know what's interesting? It's very stable for an ATV. I'm used with my Can-Am Riker, which is very low. The center of gravity is really low. Feels stable, but this one it's actually really stable. I might gonna get some spacers too. If you want to do extremes, you can get spacers. But other than that, try drifting now. I can do this all day. It's so nice. I think that these tires are better for drifting than the other ones, than the tractor ones, because the other ones have more grip. It's very bumpy. You can see high speeds. Whoa! I jumped. Whoa. So that's exactly what I told you with the yeah, of course, the beep sound. That's exactly what I told you with the stiff suspension. At high speeds, if you're gonna hit a bump, you're gonna jump. That's exactly what happened to me, jump there. Power wise, it's very capable. I absolutely love it. You feel the vibration in the seat of the motor, so it's a less refined, but gives you more adrenaline, it gives you more power. It feels like a powerful vehicle, and this is a plus, of course. That's what you want. The only downside is over the time it gets tiring fast, so you're gonna get tired sooner than with an ATV that has a softer suspension. That's the only thing. Otherwise, it's a lot of fun, very capable. Also gonna post some stand by for some videos on action in the forest at night. I rode this one in the forest, 2 people on it. Is very, very capable, and I went on top of the mountain, so I have no complaints from the power point. It's very capable. I really like it. Okay, let's start the Segway. Sound absolutely the same. Sound a bit louder. I don't know, it's hard to say. But the beeping on this one is not as loud as that one. Yeah. So, what I like about this one is that when you start, this is the same. It means the same day one. It's a bit hard, but at least it's constant, the same. That one, it's soft, hard, it's stuck, whatever. I release the brake. When I start this one, especially in the tight spots like this where you want to park or get out or something like that, when you accelerate, it's so soft. Okay? Look at this. Look at this. So smooth, right? I don't know which one is louder or not. Transmission is nice now. Okay. Oh, look at this. Oh my god. So brutal. Oh. I want to park here, it's so difficult. I'm worried I'm gonna hit something. See, this is the main difference. And I'm barely touching the acceleration. That's it. Take the other one for a spin. Let's use the useless. Yeah, it works now. I don't know what's the problem with this thing. Parking brake. There you go. Okay, let's move to the next. Nice. Felt nice. It doesn't feel as powerful of that one. It's simply because the acceleration is not that fast. It could be the same speed. I'm gonna actually do a drag race with both of them so that you can see which one is faster. I'm on the rear wheel. If you want to do drifting, that's pretty simple. Even with this type of tires, it feels good. We go on four-wheel drive, brake of course, start fast. Feels a lot better on these bumps because of the suspension, which is softer. Yeah, big snow, no problem. Let's do a drift. Actually, it's not bad at all. Even the drifting on this one is, with these tires, it feels almost the same like the other one. One big difference, and I can tell you right away, at high speed, because of the suspension that absorbs most of the bumps, it feels a lot safer.
Question.
Yes. if I were to choose between this Segway and the CF Moto, personally I'll totally choose this one, simply because the suspension is a lot softer, absorbs the bumps a lot better, it feels safer at high speed, design is amazing, and it feels more reliable than the other one. Right from the start I had issues with the CF Moto, but it's just my model. Probably all the other ones are better, but I had issues with mine. The only problem that I have with this one, I'm going to show you right here. When I try to start sometimes, it feels like the battery is low or something. It doesn't quite start from the first time. There you go. I believe that this is actually a safety feature. So it has to be in parking. You have to put the brakes and then do it. Right? If you don't press the brake, it doesn't start. So I thought there is something with the ATV, but it's not. It's actually me. You have to push the brake and then start. Pretty much the same with Can-Am. With my Can-Am is the same. If you don't press the brake, it won't start. There's nothing wrong with this vehicle. It's absolutely beautiful. Yes. And this will be my option. What I'm going to do, I'm also going to do a drag racing to see which one is faster actually on a straight line. If that's important for someone, it's really not important for me. I can have a lot of fun with this one. Very capable. It looks absolutely beautiful. Of course, for the price, with these options, this is a no-brainer. This is like 2,000 euro less than the CF Moto, and it looks absolutely beautiful. The back, it doesn't have the full fancy LED, but it's good enough. Nobody's gonna look at the back anyway. I'm not looking at the back. I look at the front. That looks absolutely amazing. LEDs look amazing. This front, it makes this look so mean. I'm really impressed, and I really feel sorry for buying the CF Moto instead of this one, if you ask me. I'm gonna purchase one more of these for my nephew. If he wants the CF Moto, I'll totally gonna give it to him. This was purchased for my son actually. So yeah, I'm not gonna get stuck with the CF Moto, but I would have preferred this one of these instead. And this color I believe is the best. The next one is going to be white with red, and that's also beautiful, amazing color. It's going to look really good, especially because it has this black stripe on the middle here. It makes it look like a racing car. So anyway, yeah, I really like this one, guys. So this is my personal opinion. I'm the owner. I pay for them. I use them as I want. For my purpose, are amazing. If you want extreme sports, jumping with them, probably this is not what you want. You want to get the bigger models. But for the family, enjoy the nature. You can go on the mountains too. Probably you've seen in my video plenty of footage. Yeah, these are totally capable of everything. Beautiful design. And you know, I'm glad that Segway came with this model, because you know, everybody knows two brands. In Canada it was only Can-Am and Polaris. When I came back to Europe, there was CF Moto. But Segway now, I think it's at the same level with these guys, and I'm glad to see new brands out there, because this way we can afford, more people can afford, you know, different things at lower prices. That's the point. So when you get one, a brand that is trying to start and create something, you know, it's great. Think about my Cupra. It's basically, it's an Audi, much better looking Audi. I don't know which model, but anyway, I bought coupe. I'm super happy with it. I'm pretty sure with this Segway it's a better looking Can-Am or something. I'm not an expert on ATVs and stuff, but for your average family guys who wants to enjoy the nature, and why not see deers. Look at the deers, they're still there on the field. Look how beautiful. There you go. Entire family of 6 deers on the field. Wow, so you want to see the wildlife. Look at some birds here. This is beautiful, guys. So again, I'm sorry for buying the CF Moto. A lot of mechanical issues and noises and squeaky wheels and stuff. This, my opinion, my personal opinion as the owner, it's a great ATV. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the nature and be safe. See you next time.